Existence Athletics training session breakdown. Starting off every training session, you want to make sure you're warm. So if you're in one of our Existence classes, we're going to take you through a thorough warm-up, typically a little bit more dynamic. You might use some shoulder circles, some hip circles. You're going to be moving around. You might use some high knees and some butt kicks and back and forth. And you're just going to make sure you're generally physically warm. So if you don't have time to warm up, you don't have time to work out. Don't skip the warm-up. Now, once you are generally physically warm, we're going to get into a little bit more of a specific warm-up, because in today's session, we're doing bench press, lunges, and farmer's carries. We're going to warm up those 3 movements in kind of a 6 to 8 minute flow. So the goal there is to grab some lighter dumbbell bench and start to work on a little bit of that tempo. 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, 2-second pause. Yes, they're nasty, but in that 6 to 8 minutes, you're going to just build up in weight to get to your working weight that you want to do for the bulk of the series.
Bulk of the series. Oh. Not exactly a lightweight.
Then, once you found your working weight that you want to do for your tempo dumbbell bench press, again, tempo 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down, 2-second pause. Then you're also going to find the weight that you want for your farmer's carry. Now, it's a 100-meter farmer's carry. I would advise not to go too heavy. Of course, you can always manipulate it throughout the workout. Personally, I chose a 20 kilo, also known as a 44-pound kettlebell, also at Existence known as the gray one. Don't call kettlebells by their color. They don't appreciate it. Tempo bench press, farmer's carry, and lunges. Let's talk about how to progress these lunges from really nice to not nice. Now, if you're just a beginner or you're working around an injury, right, a lunge could look something like this. Holding on to something, back and forth. Maybe that feels good. Body weight lunge. Maybe that feels good. Goblet lunge. Maybe you hate yourself, or you love your legs, or you really just want a good workout. Since there are many different skill levels in a group class, you have to have options. Now, for someone that just feels like they need to get into a flow and just work for 40 solid minutes, we're still going to do tempo bench. 4 to 6 tempo bench press, followed by a 100-meter farmer's carry out and back, followed by 10 and 10 lunges. If that starts to feel like it's blowing up your forearms or you need a little bit of rest from the weights, you can head out for either a 200-meter run or a 100-meter walk. That's what we would call the practical option. If you want to go a little bit more technical, that is the tactical option. That's going to be 4 to 6 dumbbell bench press. And ideally, you're going as heavy as you can on these bench press to where the last rep is a good challenge. From there, you're going to head out for the farmer's carry. You're going to go as heavy as you can. Ideally, not having to set those down. If you go heavy enough, you're probably going to have to set them down at the 50-meter mark. Followed by 10 and 10 reverse goblet lunges. The tactical is going to be an E4 mom, and that's a 40-minute clock. So that is, you guessed it, 10 rounds. Every 4th minute on the minute, you're going to knock out 4 to 6 dumbbell bench press, 100-meter double arm farmer's carry, also known as a farmer's carry, and then 10 and 10 reverse lunges. If you do the tempo like you're supposed to do, you hustle a little bit on your farmer's carry and you get right into those lunges, you should have about a minute of rest in between every round of your E4 mom. That's a breakdown of the Existence training session for today. This is week 8 of our Madmartigan cycle. Next week, we will be testing. Stay tuned.